Hello everyone, it is Alex and Ingrid here from W.M.B.C Kingdom. We are at the Hard Luck for the Wacken Metal Battle Ontario Finals tonight, and we are joined by the one and only JJ Tartaglia, founder of Wacken Metal Battle Canada. And how's it going, man?
How you doing, Alex?
Good to see you as always. So you want to start off?
It's been 4 years since we last talked.
Yep.
At that time, we had expanded to 10 cities with Wacken. Now, how many cities are involved, and does the quarterfinals of... You've got different finals happening. Can you explain the finals and how the band reception was this year with submissions?
Yep, so we've actually got 11 cities this year, which is down 2 from 2016, which was the last year we did it. So, I mean, we had expanded to 13, and then we were hoping to do 13 or even more this year, because the idea is to keep expanding all the time.
Right.
But we had some issues with band applications. So, for example, Winnipeg, we didn't get enough submissions to justify a battle there, which is really bad. But because we tried really hard to get a new promoter there, because we switched promoters, and but we didn't get enough submissions, so we couldn't justify. So we're like, okay, well, we have to remove Winnipeg, and then the same happened with Vancouver Island. So, like Victoria, and any battles that were happening there. So we had to can those for 2018 because we didn't have enough submissions. So we're actually down a bit. I mean, but we've still got a lot of cities all across the country, and we're still looking to add Halifax and East Coast, and that didn't happen. And I know we've been talking about that for a long time because I'm an East Coaster, but I feel like it's going to happen in 2019. And then, like you said, we did change up the structure for this year. So, as opposed to having all the finalists fly into Toronto like we did in previous years, we've set it up more like a hockey playoff. So we actually have it like it's like a Western Conference final, and then the Eastern Conference, and then we have the grand finals happening in Toronto. So it minimizes the amount of travel that the bands have to do. So it saves everybody money, really, in the end. And it's been a bit of an experiment, but it's working a lot better, I think. And I've been, noticing good feedback from the promoters and from the bands. So I think this is the way that it needs to go from now on. Do
you think Toronto will always be the finals?
I don't know.
Will that rotate ever?
I like the idea of rotating it, to be honest, kind of like the Junos do. Like, they have it in a different city every year, and I think that's really awesome. It keeps it fresh, and it, obviously having the finals in your city is really exciting, so I would like other cities in Canada to experience that. But then there's...
cost effect.
Yeah, exactly. And there's the convenience thing, because I live in Toronto.
Correct,
and it's way easier for me to run it here in Toronto. And I mean, and then Toronto's the biggest city too, right? So I feel like
it's a real hub. Yeah,
for everything. Not only metal music. So I feel like it should happen here, but I'm not saying that it won't ever happen. But let's see. I'm open to the idea, but I think for now it probably needs to keep happening in Toronto.
So how many bands do you think might have actually made submissions this year? Can you give me a rough number?
I mean, I always write the stuff down, and I can't remember the exact number, but I think it was around 170 bands applied. Yeah.
So when you get all these all the band submissions, do you yourself go through them for every city, or do the promoters in other cities send you their ideas?
So I know what you're asking. I actually only do Toronto and Hamilton, or any of the cities that I'm actually running, and then I pass on so that the judges the promoters in their respective cities actually look at the applications, and I let them choose who makes the cut or not. Like, we have the same criteria that we kind of follow. So it's like, you check out their music, you check out their videos, past accomplishments, touring, what they've done and everything.
Who they've opened for.
Yeah, like what they have coming up, how active they are, and then they use that to make the call. And we have really good promoters doing this all across the country, so I trust their judgment, and I feel like they know what's best in their own city. Like, they'll know, for example, if a band is known for causing trouble.
Right.
And I won't know that, because
Right.
I'll just be checking out their links and I'll be like, oh, these guys are great, but then who knows, right? Maybe they have a really bad track record or
Bad reputation.
yeah, who knows, right? So yeah, I leave that up to the promoters, and
Yeah.
they've been doing a great job with choosing the right bands.
Yeah, because as much as metal is badass, we really want a band to show up and play and represent us well.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to have a certain amount of professionalism. I mean, being a rock star and all that stuff is great, but I love the attitude of it. But when it comes down to it, you have to be on time, and you got to be professional to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
So let's refresh the audience's memory on what is needed for a band to qualify then in their rounds. What is it you're looking for when you're judging?
I mean, to move on to the next
To the next
round.
round, yeah.
Yeah, so there's
Each round is the same kind of judging format?
Pretty much. It changes slightly. So the judging sheets, there's 6 different categories that the bands are scored on. So overall performance, songwriting, image, crowd
efficiency.
reaction, time efficiency on stage is another one, and I can't remember the last one.
That's most of them.
Yeah, I think that's most of them. But so yeah, and then the judges score on a scale of 1 to 10 with increments of 0.5s, and they score each of the categories, tally up the score at the end, and then we take the average score of each band at the end between the 3 judges or whoever, how many we have. Like we had 4 judges tonight,
Right.
so it changes, and then and then we use those scores to kind of justify a winner. It's
Yes.
hard because it's so subjective to like just watch a metal band and be like, oh, these guys are better than them, and like everyone kind of has different tastes
Right.
and everything. So we try and keep it as non-biased as possible.
But it should
And-
be based on the performance
Exactly.
of the battle.
It really is. Yeah, that's really it. It doesn't matter what you've recorded in the past. It doesn't matter, what you're doing in the future. It's really your performance that night.
Right.
That's what the
That's
judges
what
are
counts.
looking at. Yeah, and then for tonight, for the semifinal shows and for the finals, we actually remove the crowd interaction and reaction category so that any home bands don't get
Preference.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So they have no, because you have home field advantage when you do these types of shows. You have a lot of fans, and obviously you're going to get a better score if you have these fans cheering for you. So we remove that category.
I think that was a smart idea. Actually.
Yeah, and
In all
then
honesty.
it kind of makes it just a level playing field. It's all about your performance and not
Exactly.
about how many fans are there to cheer you on.
Yeah.
So because we have 2 out of town bands tonight,
Yeah, yeah.
right? That's half the bill. So
Yeah.
Correct.
And you can't please everyone all the time. So
Yeah,
especially with what you pick.
Mhm.
So yeah.
We see you have a brand new drum set from Pearl
yes.
on stage.
Yes, thanks to Pearl Drums for that.
Thank you.
We have a nice brand new Pearl Decade Maple drum kit. It's only been used once before.
By you?
Yes, I tested it on a radio show. I did last Wednesday in
What
Peterborough.
was that radio show?
Is that with Moko Mokai?
Yeah, it was Mokai. We did this live thing on The Wolf 101.5.
Oh, the
yeah,
Wolf.
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Wolf.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah, so we did that. The kit sounds great. It's an upgrade from the kit before. So yeah, we're using that tonight. I think all the drummers will be happy, and it's a very bright yellow color. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a canary.
Yep.
Canary in a coal mine.
The Tweety kit.
Tweety kit.
Yes, the Tweety. I've heard everything: banana kit, lemon, Ferrari, and now
Anything
Tweety.
yellow.
Yeah.
So, what is you've reached your goal so far in expansion, I think, thus far, except for going out east, let's say, and a couple of cities that were dropped out just because of less submissions. But what do you see as the ultimate goal for this Wacken series? What is your end game?
I think just to involve as many provinces as possible, and I don't know if we'll ever get there. Like, I don't know if we'll involve the Northwest Territories or
Yeah,
Yukon
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Actually, I
yeah.
don't even know if there's metal bands. I'm sure there are, but
Sanctuary.
yeah. But I think the East Coast is definitely the priority, and I think
Yeah.
we can do it so that we could group in Nova Scotia, in PEI, and New Brunswick all into one.
Right.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland's going to be a mission.
Hard.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I've been to St. John's a couple of times now, and it's great out there. There's a very vibrant music scene, and there's a lot of metal bands, but
Interesting.
the logistics of it becomes
Yeah.
very tough to do that. So who knows? I mean, Hopefully, that would be the ideal scenario, to involve all of the provinces, I think.
And especially to have Newfoundland in there. I mean, that must be the real ultimate goal.
They would be so happy, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Before you know it, we'll have all of Canada representing.
And what kind of hints can you drop about the main band playing at the finals? Anyone lined up or working on it?
I can't say, and that's not because I want to keep it a secret. It's because I actually have no idea who it's going to be as of yet. Yeah, so that would be amazing. Yeah, probably not. Probably can't afford it.
We can always hope.
Sorry, Jeff.
On a more personal note, I mean, you drummed for a great number of bands. Skullfist and Final Trigger and Oberus. What is your ultimate end game for your career?
For me, I mean, like, you know, I do a bunch of different stuff, and it's all related to metal, so I just love metal, and I love pushing it in different ways, whether it's doing these types of shows, or promoting other shows, or drumming, or the label. I mean, for me, I get a lot of satisfaction out of all of this, so I think just to keep a nice mixture of everything, you know. I mean, I enjoy playing, and I enjoy business, so I just want to keep taking it to another level all the time. So.
And recently you did some shows in Mexico with Operas.
Yeah.
How were those?
They were great. Yeah, we were opening up for Rhapsody, which was awesome. So the venues were really big and a lot of people. And it was the Rhapsody farewell reunion.
Was Fabio there?
Yes, he was, the original lineup. So just amazing response. I mean, Mexican fans are absolutely crazy in the best way possible.
Seeing all the videos and hearing all the stories from the Latin American territories, the fans are down there. Shout out to our Latin American and international viewers.
Absolutely.
You heard it here, folks. Support Canadian metal, and for everyone in Toronto and around Canada, if you're coming out to Toronto for the Wacken finals, be sure to come out and see who's going to represent Canada in Germany this August at Wacken Open Air. June.
What day is the final?
June 9th.
June 9th
at the
Opera House.
Yep.
See you there.
Be there.
Hey, this is JJ Tartaglia, founder for Wacken Metal Battle Canada, and you're watching Metal Master Kingdom, where metal reigns.
Yeah.